Hey, this is Mark Goldberg from Marc Vlogs Watches, and let's have a quick wristwatch check before we fuck up a GMT Batman. Wait, it's take two. Hey, this is Mark Goldberg from Marc Vlogs Watches, and let's do a quick wristwatch check before we fuck up a GMT Rolex Master 2. It's a Breitling. It's the Breitling Steel Fish 44 millimeter chronometer. It's big, it's bold, it's manly, but I like it too. It's beautiful. Now, let's get into polishing the center links on a GMT Master 2 polished center links GMT. Okay, I promise I haven't been drinking, but let's get into the watch and the polish.
Here we have a black version of the GMT Master 2. It has polished center links, polished flanks, and the polish runs right through the clasp. And as you can see in this light now, there's quite a lot of scratchiness, especially on the clasp, but there's a bit of it on those polished center links too. A little bit of that is fingerprinty stuff, but a lot of it is scratchies. So what I did was I ordered a Cape Cod cloth. I have never done this before, so we are either going to fuck up a watch together, a Rolex, or it's going to work out brilliantly, and I'm not entirely sure which. But the first step that I want to take is I want to put some masking tape on everything that is not intended to be polished, just in case I accidentally rub into this area here, because you'll notice this is brushed. This is a brushed finish. This is a high polished finish. And this sucker here is designed to take away, I don't know, like maybe a micron or two of metal. And if I do that in the brushing area, I'll turn it high polished and it'll stand out like a sore dick at an orgy. So let's, sorry. Anyway, I'll be right back. Let me tape this sucker up. Here's a couple of quick still pictures that show you how scratchy this clasp is. Very superficial hairline scratches, but still, this could look a lot better with a little bit of work. So that you've gotten a good look at the scratchiness on this clasp, so I have taped this off. I'm going to tape the rest of the bracelet off as you see here, but first we're just going to focus right on the clasp. So first things first. So in the package here, we get two of these guys, and they're kind of juicy. They're a little wet. Now, I have seen videos where people are actually following the directions and using gloves. Like, don't be a puss. I'll go for a mani-pedi after this. But I'm not going to use gloves, and you know what? Fuck it. But what I am going to do is I am going to cut a wedge of this cloth off to make it more manageable. Because what I don't want is I don't want this thing accidentally rubbing where it's not supposed to go. And if you went to Catholic school, which is a Goldberg, I myself did not, but if you went to Catholic school, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We don't want to accidentally rub anything that shouldn't get rubbed. Okay. Now, I've also got a towel here because the metal-eating juice is getting on my hands already. And I'm just going to use light to moderate rubbing pressure. And first, I'm focusing right on just that center section. And I'm going with the grain. And look, I've removed some metal. That's what that is. So let me put that sucker down. And I'm going to wipe my fingers so that I'm not accidentally rubbing anywhere I shouldn't. And now I'm wiping the juice away to see what's underneath. I'll probably get a little metal on the little dirt. But that's not really dirt. That's metal. And let's have another quick look. I just did very little. I think I rubbed it for like 20 seconds. And those scratches are still there, but they're definitively lighter. Definitely quite a bit lighter. So we're going to keep going. Somebody count how many elapsed times of seconds I'm actually rubbing for between these various segments of rubbing and then cleaning it, and put it in the comments. Tell me, would you dare to do a job like this by yourself, first time, all by yourself? It's getting dirtier, getting more metal on it. Again, wipe the juice off my fingers. clean up the clasp. I gotta be honest, I am a little nervous. Like, I've never done this. And this is an expensive watch to fuck up. But, you know, hey, how else can we learn? Because I'm so good at do-it-yourself homeowner projects. Wow, that is cleaning up. Let me put it on camera quite nicely. It's still a little scratchy, but oh boy, a lot less and a lot lighter. So I'm not done yet. Back to rubbing. And again, I'm really only working on this piece right here, from that seam to that one right there. I'm gonna do all the other ones separately. Okay, that's, again, because I feel my fingers wet, I don't want them touching the watch. And I don't know what that stuff is. Acid, you know? If you know what the hell's in a Cape Cod cloth, let me know. But I know we're removing little bits of material. You can see it everywhere that I'm touching and rubbing and cleaning. Wow. You know what? It isn't perfect yet, but it's close. Let's see if we can get a look here. Sometimes stuff will confuse the camera better. There, you can you can see it in the, let me get it out of there and rub it on my pants. Blue Jeans, the best tool for the do-it-yourself watch cleaner. Again, you can see it's still scratchy, but I can promise you this, to the naked eye, they're nearly invisible. They've become very, very, very light. However, I'm gonna keep going and see if I can eradicate them completely, or at least get them to the point where I'm real happy with it. And I'm almost there, but not quite. Now when I'm done, I think I'm gonna, you know, wipe everything off, but then I think I'm gonna run it under water, just in case some juice seeps down between the links. Get it on camera, Mark. Yeah, it's looking really nice. Really good. Is it perfect? No. Oh gosh, sorry. It's not perfect. Is it close? Hook, yeah. Yeah. It's really close. Get off of my camera. Hello. I'm just trying to show you this at various angles. Give it the quick pants rub. Breathe on it and rub. That's a tried and true Rolex polishing technique. And you can see this is looking super clean. I think I'm going to give it one more go round here. But it is a ton cleaner than it was. All right. And I'm putting, you know, like what I would call moderate thumb pressure on there. I'm not like pushing as hard as I can, but I am pushing. Okay. You can see the smudge on the towel. That's steel sludge. 904L. I now have a Rolex kitchen towel with 904L. Boy, does that look good. I think I'm going to stop. Oops. So, once again, if I tilt it just right and get it in the light, you can see a little bit of scratchies right there between those two lights. You see a very light one. I almost can't see that with the naked eye. The camera is showing it to me. Now I can make it out. You know what? I can make it out with the naked eye, but boy, barely. Let me see if I can get it down a little bit further. What I really like about this is the improvement is slow. So I'm not so worried that I'm gonna like over polish it and fuck it up. And that gives me a little bit of comfort that there's a margin of error for safety here. Get that polished and cleaned up a little so I can show you again. You know, there they are, but boy, are they really light. I can see them much better in the camera than I can with the naked eye. So I think I'm going to stop because I have it as to where this watch looks like it has been worn, but it sure doesn't look abused, and it kind of did a little bit before. So this is way cleaner than it was. Yep, there's still some marks on it, but it's super clean, and it looks like it's been very, very lightly worn. So I'm going to just show you the other areas that I want to clean up, and then I'll do them off camera to sort of speed this process up. But you can see there's light scratching throughout the power center links. So let me do all of that stuff, and then I will get back on and give you a conclusion. We'll save lots of time that way. The flanks of this watch are in pretty good shape. They're a little bit smudgy, but there's a little teeny scratch here, but boy, it's so small. And there's very, very light scratching here, but it's almost not worth discussing because it's so clean. And the same is true on the other side. So I'm going to leave the flanks alone. That's just a little bit of smudging. Really, it was the power center links. You can see that there, that scratchies. So we'll see if we can wipe that off. Wish me luck. Pray for me. Talk to you in a few minutes. Okay, so I'm all done now, and I'm going to show this off. It looks terrific. I was not anal about trying to remove every little mark, so you're going to see some, but they're super light. It's in almost new condition. These lugs here, what I really wanted to, the reason that I didn't want to like polish it too much is these guys here, these lugs, that is a sharp point, man. This edge is super sharp. So this watch has never been polished. You could shave with these lugs like a razor blade here. And that's what we look for when purchasing a used Rolex. We want to make sure that, that these guys aren't over polished. So I'm going to give you a tour around this watch, but it's for sale. So if you're interested in it, you can email me at Marc Goldberg, MarcGoldberg8 I'll put it up here because I might have even said it wrong. So I'll put it up. I'm not going to do a big commercial, but let me quick tell you the terms so we can move on. You'll have to wire money to my bank account. I will ship to the continental United States only, and the price is $6,150. So take a look, see if you're interested. But mostly what I wanted to do was to give you some education on the polishing thing. Now here you will see there's a little scuff, but that turned out to be a thumbprint. Let me get it off of there. And now you can see it's gone. So, you know, there are little tiny light marks on here that are kind of emphasized in this light. And I can see them with the naked eye, but they're almost not there. So I'm super happy. There's a bigger temptation to over polish this than to under polish it. But it has come out super nice. I'm a klutz. I'm afraid of homeowner jobs. I don't use power tools. I was a little afraid of wrecking this watch, and you can see it's easy. So let me just give you some tips. It really helps, I think, to be working with a small piece. So, because it's kind of juicy, and it would be like flopping all over the place. So cut out just a little piece of what you need. Oh, and let me show you, I did these guys here. Because in the end, that was kind of scratched up. And now it's smudgy. But you could see how nice that came out. It was there was a lot more marks on that. These are just light casual use. This watch has never been abused, but yours probably never been abused either. But if you got power center links, it's like wearing a stick of butter on your wrist. You so much as breathe on it and it scratches. So now that this is super clean, I'm just going to put it away and keep it all pretty. But I would encourage you to carefully work on your own stuff with this kind of a guy if you need to. It's a Cape Cod cloth. Anyway, if you have questions about how this went, or what I did or didn't do, or what you think you might want to do, yeah, leave them in the comments. And if you've polished a watch with good result, I want to hear about it. And if you had a watch polishing tragedy, tell me that too, because I got another couple that I'm going to do and I will film, and I want to know before I do any more watches, you know, is there something that I did wrong that I have to be careful about? Well, thanks guys. Marc Goldberg from Marc Vlogs Watches.